Good evening to you. Welcome to South East Today with Beverly Thompson and me, Jeff Clark. Knives, makeshift weapons and bolt cutters, which Kent police say were seized near the so-called Camp for Climate Change outside Kingsnorth Power Station in North Kent, have been put on display today. But protesters who are against plans for a new coal-fired plant being built there claim the weapons don't belong to them and that the police are mounting a smear campaign. Our environment correspondent Mark Norman joins us live from the camp in Hoo. Violent clashes and arrests yesterday, now a war of words, Mark.
Yes, indeed, it's been another niggly day between protesters and police. In the last few minutes, the local MP, Bob Marshall-Andrews, has visited the site. He told us he finds the use of riot police here incomprehensible and that he's never felt less threatened than when he visited the camp behind me. But as you say, the day began with a police press conference where they put on display some knives and some of the material they've confiscated from protesters here. An extraordinary array of items put on display by police who believe they indicate how a hard core of camp protesters, they put the number at around 150 people, are intent on unlawful action.
You see here what is a very small array of what we've recovered during the course of searches at Climate Camp. The property you see ranges from bolt croppers to knives to fence cutters. We don't want to stop food going into the site, we don't want to stop essential material going into the site. However, we've got to strike a balance with ensuring that material, which you can see arrayed in front of you, doesn't go on there and cause a subsequent problem and end up getting somebody very seriously hurt or worse.
However, the protesters say knives, a throwing star and a chain found in woods nearby last night are not connected to them in any way, or the other items that were put on display, all of which, they admit, were confiscated from people at the camp and might be used for direct action protests.
These are woods that are not on this site. They are not anywhere near us, and they claim to have found them. They have made absolutely very clear that they have no evidence to link the fact that those knives were found and the fact that they were in any way from the site. So we are absolutely outraged that they are running with the fact that they are trying to pin this on us. There is no evidence to link the two. This is absolutely an outrageous attempt to have a smear on the Climate Camp, which they've been trying to do from day one.
This was the scene yesterday. Medway residents staying on the site overnight were so upset and annoyed at the police that they now intend to make an official complaint.
We saw some absolutely horrific use of force and indiscriminate use of pepper spray on people who were just protesting peacefully at what they thought was an unjust action by the vast hordes of riot police that were up at the entrance.
And this is just day 2 of the protest designed to object to E.ON's plans to build a coal-fired power station at Kingsnorth. There are 4 more days to come, with a day of direct action planned at the power plant on Saturday.
Big differences between the two sides, Mark. How can they get a relationship back again?
Oh, a difficult one, Jeff, I think, especially with the day of protest coming up on Saturday. People here talk about police harassment and political policing. They say, for example, at midnight last night, the police helicopter was hovering over the site for some considerable time. I think their relationship is very tense at the moment and could get worse as we lead up to that day of action on Saturday, Jeff.
Mark, many thanks indeed.